Let's go back to one of our top stories where the public protector has instituted an investigation into President Cyril Ramaphosa. It follows a complaint by the MK party about an executive ethics code breach. The party accuses Ramaphosa of abusing his power and engaging in improper conduct. It alleges that Ramaphosa used state organs to shield himself and his allies from accountability. Let's get more now from MK party MP Mzwanele Manyi, who joins us for more on this story. Mr. Manyi, good to have you on the program this evening. Firstly, tell us what is exactly the complaint that your party has lodged with the Public Protector's Office. What does it involve?
Yeah, no, thank you very much for the opportunity. The complaint relates to the visit that Mr. Ramaphosa and Mr. Steenhuisen had, I think somewhere in May this year, in the Oval Office in the US, where the gist of the complaint actually starts with Mr. Steenhuisen, who abused the cabinet position and his executive status as a cabinet member to articulate DA positions. And in those DA positions, this is when he said he characterized parties like the MK party and the EFF as some rebel movement that are not worthy of being in government, as it were. And for that, we've actually taken him as well to the ethics committee. As I'm talking to you now, we've lodged a complaint which has been accepted and is being processed by the ethics committee in Parliament. It's just that Mr. Ramaphosa is not a member of Parliament. So for him, we had to process him through the public protector. So the public protector is dealing with that. For his side, Mr. Ramaphosa, we charge him for omission rather than commission. He allowed Steenhuisen to say all the nonsense that Steenhuisen was saying, as if that is the position of cabinet. President Ramaphosa has a duty to protect the integrity of South Africa, has a duty to protect the integrity of cabinet. If one of his appointees is going to go to the Oval Office and say make all kinds of reckless statements in his presence, and he does nothing to correct that during the meeting and even after the meeting, therefore it means President Ramaphosa is complicit in the abhorrent conduct of Steenhuisen. So that's what we're charging him for. We're saying he has a duty. Yes.
As we better understand the exact allegations being raised here, I want to specify the alleged ethics violation in this matter. Given that the MK party has previously filed no confidence motions and challenged Ramaphosa's appointments, how does this latest probe then change your strategic approach? Do you now push for impeachment or renewed motions of no confidence?
No, that the party will take. That's a position of the party. The party will direct us to which way we go from there. The only point now, which must not be muddled up with anything else, this is an independent occurrence. It's probably a build-up to the no confidence motion, but it's a separate thing where, because for us as the MK party, government in waiting, we are keeping this government in check, whether they are in the country or outside the country. So this is when he was outside the country and being derelict in his duty. The Constitution obliges him to always put the interests of South Africa first, to always act in a manner that is honest. And to date, he has not been able to do this in that meeting, as an example. So we are wanting him to be held accountable for lack of exercising the power given to him by the Constitution of this country. This is what we're saying. And as I say, he's not alone in this. He's with Steenhuisen, that the ethics committee, joint ethics committee in Parliament, that is also processing him on exactly the same charges. But Steenhuisen is even worse because he was the active person in articulating all this recklessness in the Oval Office. Right now, the MK party, as it takes over, the risk is that the rand will tank because Steenhuisen, in the presence of the head of state, said and characterized the MK party and the EFF as the rebel movement. So when we take over, which we will very soon, it's going to look like the country has been taken over by rebels. So this is a kind of recklessness that should not be allowed. And this is what we're doing as the MK party to make sure that the truth of the country is upheld. The MK party is a political party, responsible political party that is registered with the IEC, ticks all the boxes. It cannot be that a party that has for all these years failed to be in the government starts to characterize the MK party as a reckless party. It cannot be allowed.
Right.
So this is what we're dealing with.
So assuming that your allegations are proven, what concrete consequences should follow? Resignation, prosecution, or parliamentary impeachment here?
Yeah, well, for Steenhuisen, what should happen? He should go out there in public because it's not put up there by us, so we're not about to remove him. So he must be there in public and make a serious apology of this and retract all his statements and profusely apologize. That's all you ask from him to do, and be an upright member of parliament. You are not called an honorable member for nothing in parliament. You must also act honorably. We are saying Steenhuisen acted dishonorably. As it was. So he must come clean on that. President Ramaphosa was saying for him to allow somebody to display hooliganism basically in the Oval Office and then let him be as it does it right in his presence. He is not worthy of being a president. So indeed, this strengthens our resolve of a no confidence motion in President Ramaphosa.
Yeah. So as the MK party, Mr. Manyi, you've also accused the president of using state institutions, for instance, the police, the prosecution as well, to shield allies from accountability, with reference to prior scandals that you've also highlighted. How will you ensure then that this new process is transparent and not hijacked by political interests?
Look, we are very happy that we've got the Mkonazi inquiry now. So there's no place to hide now. You can see with the Mkwanazi's revelations, the amount of rot that we have. As I'm speaking to you today, even a judge was arrested and had to go out on bail. It just shows that the real estate capture was not what happened in the Zuma era. The real estate capture actually started in 2018. What South Africa has been saved from by General Mkwanazi is a criminal syndicate that had began to take charge in the country and dictate which way things go. And this criminal syndicate even had judges on their payroll, as we see today. So indeed, what we're saying now is that with the ad hoc committee that is going to out all this recklessness, all this thievery, all this thuggery, it's not going to be very easy now for anybody to do things and with impunity. So this came at the right time. Impunity time is over. All those that do miss all the wrong deeds will be brought to book, and now the processes are unfolding to make sure that all the culprits are outed.
But what do you say to somebody who looks at this and is a bit of a cynic as well, citing some frequent leadership turmoil seen in the MK party itself, including your own removal as the chief whip earlier this year? Do you believe your party is institutionally strong as the MK party, strong enough to lead such accountability measures without internal divisions derailing this process?
Yeah, we must remember that the MK party is a brand new baby. It's not even 3 years old. So those are just teething problems of the party, and we are working through them very steadfastly. And my removal is not a big issue. I always tell people to separate issues of employment and deployment. When you are deployed, you live on a day-to-day. When you are employed, it's a different matter. So all that has happened is a different deployment as it was. So I am not even bothered by that. I didn't come to the MK party for positions. So the fact that I'm still here strong in MK party is a testament that I was not here for positions. So the resolve to make sure that the MK party takes the country to the next level is in all of us in MK. We are not position prone as it were. So all of these things that are happening are very good that are happening now at the beginning, so that when we take power, which we will very soon, we'll be taking power with having cleansed ourselves. This is just a cleansing process and making sure that everything is where it should be. So we actually welcome it, that it must happen now before we take power. Imagine if this was happening already when we've got MK members in cabinet and everywhere else. So better it happens now so that we have a stable cabinet going forward. So there's nothing to worry about in terms of this. There'll still happen these things. It hasn't ended yet. And we don't have a problem with this because it's a cleansing exercise so that we have a clean MK party going forward.
Mr. Manyi, let me thank you for your time, also giving us his perspective as well. We do understand that the Public Protector has instituted an investigation into President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course following that complaint by the MK party about an executive ethics code breach that they are also highlighting as well. Mzwanele Manyi giving us the party's official stance on the matter.